Kelvin, Kelvin, Kelvin Hunter. I'm on to you, bro. Let's talk. What's up, guys? It's your boy Jay. Welcome to Jay's World. So let's talk. You know how we do it, so let's get into it. And welcome to another edition of Jaitopics. Y'all, this whole Wendy Williams situation is a mess. It is an entire mess. And not only is it a mess, but it is a multi-layered mess that we've actually been talking about and watching for quite a few weeks now, okay? Now, unless you just been living under a rock and you don't know, Wendy Williams, her bank, Wells Fargo, completely froze all of her funds. And when I tell you all of her funds, everything. All of her funds, okay? She can't pay bills for anything. Well, technically she can at least pay her bills, but they'll pay her bills for her. But we'll get to that part in a minute. But initially, she couldn't pay her bills at all. I'm talking like her mortgage, her employees, her child's education, like anything. They froze everything, And from all reports, it has something to do with the fact that someone reported that Wendy Williams was not of sound mind. So therefore, the bank made this decision to say, hey, you know what? We're not sure what's going on with Wendy Williams and who's actually making decisions on her behalf and who's spending her money. So until I'm guessing until they find out for sure, they just say, you know what, we're just going to cut off everything. As a matter of fact, the bank really at this point, in my personal opinion, has just way overstepped their boundaries. Okay, not only have they decided to freeze her funds in an effort to protect her, but they're almost like acting as if they are her parent. They've like literally stepped in and they're saying, you know what, no, we're not allowing her to do anything, and we want her to have some type of conservator, and they're calling for her to have a conservator, and well, anyway, look. Okay, so that's the Cliff Notes version. So basically, with you guys hearing that, how they even came to that decision at Wells Fargo was a longtime employee of Wendy Williams, a lady by the name of Lori Schiller. Apparently, Lori Schiller had been working for Wendy Williams for like a little over 15 years. And in that journey of working for Wendy Williams as her financial advisor, she was the one, pretty much making all of the important decisions and guiding Wendy Williams in terms of her finances and how things should go, and I guess what investments and what this and that and a third that she should make with her money. Along her professional journey, she started to work for Wells Fargo. Well, you know what? Wendy Williams was already banking with Wells Fargo anyway. So that just, I guess made it even sweeter for Wendy Williams. Or so she thought at the time. I don't know all of the details, of what actually happened between Wendy Williams and Lori Schiller, but apparently the professional relationship broke down, okay? So, and Wendy Williams, I at some point decided to say, hey, you know what, we need to part ways, and she basically got rid of Lori, and Wendy, by all rights, that was her right. She worked for Wendy Williams. Wendy was like, you know what, I don't want this woman working for me anymore, and she has every right to. And like I said, look, guys, a lot of a lot of us bloggers, we're kind of connecting the dots here, and a lot of you guys are connecting the dots too. Because I don't know if you guys remember, but a few videos back, because I've often spoke of Wendy Williams on this show, not just about stuff like this, stuff that she has maybe misspoken or said on her show. Y'all know I had to drag my girl Wendy a little bit sometimes, when I felt that she got out of line, but this has nothing to do with that. But a few videos ago, I had actually said in one of my videos that I found it really odd that all of these stories were beginning to leak about Wendy Williams. And granted, these are stories from like 2 years ago. Like that whole thing with her, being completely nude in front of her staff and doing things with her body and just acting erratic. 2 years later, this story breaks. And then there was a story saying that Wendy Williams is suffering from senility, and she can barely identify people in her life, and she's going senile and all of this stuff. There was just a consistency with these types of stories that were getting leaked out of the Wendy Williams camp. And now here we are, fast forward to now, all of a sudden, Wendy Williams, her bank says she's not of sound mind, so we're not going to allow her to get her money anymore. And then you have the whole Lori Schiller person that was suggesting this to Wells Fargo, that Wendy Williams is not of sound mind and something's going on with her. Now, granted, this is an ex-employee that still works to this day. As I make this video, she is still an employee of Wells Fargo. You see the consistencies now? You see where all of the dots are beginning to connect here? So I'm sorry, this Lori Schiller person is definitely one that is in question. Well, Wendy Williams has since filed a lawsuit against Wells Fargo, as she very well should. So she's suing Wells Fargo now. Wells Fargo, released a statement saying that, well, now that we think about it, we will be kind enough to allow her to at least pay her bills, like the things that were historically and consistently already paid through her accounts, like I said, like her mortgage, like her child's education, light bill, electric bill, the basic necessities of life. Now, of course, I heard from a legal expert that Wells Fargo decided to do that because they knew they had to do that. And they are not stupid. They know a lot of this stuff that they're doing to Wendy Williams right now is not legal and it's not right. And they knew once this reached, the court of law, the judge would have ordered them, no, you need to let this woman pay her bills or she's going to be homeless. So y'all, the whole thing is just a huge mess. So you got all of that stuff going on. Now you got Kelvin Hunter. Not Kevin, Kelvin, his legal name, Kelvin Hunter. Shout out to Chronicle Speaks, because she broke this story about Kelvin Hunter's real name a couple years ago. I love Chronicle Speaks. She's one of my favorite YouTube bloggers. She is so dope and so down. You guys, if you don't watch Chronicle Speaks, you should. I just love her. But anyway, so shout out to Chronicle Speaks. But his name is actually Kelvin Hunter. And I just noticed that Kelvin, all of this time, has been mysteriously quiet. And it really, really bothered me, because I'm like, okay, Kelvin, why are you so mysteriously quiet? Now, granted, I know you guys have been divorced, and I know the relationship between you two is strained, to say the least. You're not friends anymore. But at the end of the day, she is still the mother of your child. And I would think, because you have benefited for years, you and your side chick have benefited for years from Wendy Williams' money. So I know your money is coming out of that bank account as well, because she's been ordered to pay him alimony and all of this kind of stuff. But I found it really interesting that he's been so quiet. I mean, you would think, if nothing else, he would at least put all of that personal stuff aside and help fight for his ex-wife. Because again, they share a child together. Now, it's been said, rumor has it that Wendy Williams has reached out to Kelvin. It has been said that he does have plans to take over her affairs at this point. Y'all, there's something just stinks about this whole thing. Kelvin has been quiet the whole time. Now all of a sudden, he's done donned his cape and put on his boots. And he now wants to come in and save Wendy Williams. Yeah, something ain't right. I really feel that Kelvin is behind this. And I'll just say this is just my opinion. I don't know this to be the truth. I'm not breaking any kind of story. This is just my opinion. I really, in my heart of hearts, feel that Kelvin Hunter has something to do with this. I wouldn't even be shocked if Kelvin Hunter and this Lori Schiller person, they could very well be in cahoots. This is all allegedly. I don't know anything to be true. I'm not breaking any type of story. I'm not that type of channel. So don't come over here with that Tasha K mess. I'm just saying. I'm trying to connect the dots in my head. And this Lori Schiller person, she's definitely somebody that is questionable and shady in this whole thing. And in my opinion, she's coming across as an ex-disgruntled, angry, bitter ex-employee. Kelvin Hunter, he's the ex-husband. Again, angry, bitter, with some type of, I guess, vengeance in his heart. And I would not be shocked if these two are not working together. All allegedly, just my opinion. You know, but y'all, it's a mess. It's a mess. And I am just rooting for my girl, Wendy Williams. I am. Y'all know I've been praying for Wendy Williams. Whenever I report on Wendy Williams on Jay's World TV, it's nothing personal. I'm just doing my job. But putting all of that aside, like I said, I love Wendy Williams. I know Wendy Williams is tough. I know she's strong. She's Newark, New Jersey strong. So I know she's going to get through all of this. I know my girl Wendy Williams is going to get through all of this. As a matter of fact, just recently, just the other day, she released a video. You know, she was on the beach. I'm not sure if it was I'm assuming the Jersey Shore. I'm assuming that's where she was. But anyway, you know, she was, you know, out there looking good. You know, she's talking to the camera. I'm thinking that was her son that was filming her, you know. And yeah, you know, it's definitely of sound mind. You know, Wendy was talking about food, and you know, she's still a foodie, and just kind of keeping the conversation basic. And also, she let all of the fans know that she's definitely on her way back to her show. And I'm so rooting for y'all. We all are rooting for Wendy right now. We want to see Wendy back in that purple chair. And let me just say this. First of all, congratulations to Sherri Shepherd, you know, for getting the position of permanent, you know, host of the Wendy Williams show. But let's be very clear. There's only one Wendy Williams. And y'all, I've said this before. No one can ever fill that chair and do what Wendy Williams does. Wendy Williams is. She's Hot Topics. She's that girl. She's the blueprint. She's the reason why we all do what we do on YouTube, on the E! Network, on all of your talk shows. Wendy Williams is Hot Topics. Way back from her radio days. And Wendy Williams, it was, like I said, it was just so good to see her doing what Wendy Williams already does. Wendy Williams is a brand. And even if Sherri Shepherd becomes the permanent host of that show, I personally will not be watching that show. I only watched that show because of Wendy Williams. I only watched it because of Wendy. I'm not the biggest Sherri Shepherd fan, never have been, and probably never will be. You know, I don't like Sherri like that. And Sherri, in my opinion, has been problematic in the past on some other subjects that I'll talk about in another video. But anyway, So I just won't be watching it. I will only watch Wendy Williams. So you guys, let me know what you think down in the comment section. Are y'all ready for Wendy Williams to come back? I definitely know I am. I'm ready for Wendy Williams to come back. And what do you think of this ex-employee, Lori Schiller? What do you think of that whole situation? Is she to be watched? Is she someone that needs to be questioned? Kelvin Hunter, is he to be watched? And is he someone that needs to be questioned in this whole situation? Y'all know how I think. Let me know how you think down in the comments. Whew. All right, that was a mouthful, y'all. That's it. That's all I got. Y'all, please don't forget to rate, comment, and do what? Subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel. All right, you're already over here. And after you subscribe, guys, please don't forget to check me out at jaysworld.tv on Instagram. That's JAISWORLD.tv on Instagram, and I'll holler at you later. Peace.